Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another amazing episode of the Wrestling Fast Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He is the trickle dart of Ringside Society, Delaware's greatest American hero. And whenever he goes to Taco Bell, he asks for a chief burrito because he loves the combination of chicken and beef. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. And the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 3 continents down, 3 more to go. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us tonight. No, you see, we have a very special guest who actually came recommended by an alumni guest of ours, Charlie Avell. She has actually been doing her thing in the ring. And not only that, she's also a squirrel whisperer. She's also a fitness buff. And whenever she gets the chance, she is not hesitant. She always hits that pose. She's always flexing. And she recently made her AEW debut. Everybody, welcome to the show, Amira.
Hey,
Woo!
how's it going?
Amira, it's an honor to have you on here. You know, we've seen your matches, and man or woman, you definitely give them a run for their money. I just saw you just did like one of the smoothest victory rolls I've ever seen against the Butler. That match was last month, and I was like, she did like a 1, 2, 3 punch to the head and a roll, and it was all in the bench. I'm like, yo, she got the moves, man. Like, shoots.
Thank you. Yeah, that match was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. So you're in Oregon, right?
Yep, I'm in Oregon.
I swear, whenever I hit PDX, I'm telling you, I told the Flaming Aces, Zay and Spencer, that whenever I hit down there, the first thing I'm doing, actually one of the first things I'm doing is I'm going to Brunch Box, and I'm gonna go to Voodoo Donut because I've been hearing a lot about
Yeah.
them. I definitely want to see what it's about, you know.
Yeah, Voodoo
So
Donuts is really good. Yeah.
So tell us, how did you become a fan of professional wrestling? What was the match or the event that you saw that, got you hooked week after week now?
Yeah, so I got into pro wrestling a little bit later in my life. One of my ex-boyfriends introduced me to pro wrestling when I was recovering from a broken ankle. Um, yeah, so I didn't have a lot to do and I wanted some things to watch. So he showed me Lucha Underground, and that was my
Woo!
first real exposure to pro wrestling. And after the first episode, I just kind of like kept watching and watching just because it was different. I hadn't really watched pro wrestling, like hadn't actually sat down and actually watched it before. And I think just the storylines and everything kept me hooked. So yeah, that was my first exposure to pro wrestling.
Wow, that's awesome. Normally, when people say they started watching wrestling, it's WB that they actually start off with. But the fact that your ex-boyfriend, he actually started you off with Lucha Underground. Man, you must have, when you saw that and you saw WB, you were like, this is not really Lucha Underground. It's a bit different,
A
the
little different, yeah.
a lot more production quality, but they're good. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah. And that's great that he started you off with Lucha Underground. So that's where you did that sweet victory roll from. Oh wow, I was like, no wonder. I was about to say. But that's great. So who were your favorites that you enjoyed watching once you started watching wrestling?
Um, I mean, when I was watching Lucha Underground, a lot of those people were those were the names and the faces I knew, but like Pentagon and Ray Phoenix were also on AEW at the time because AEW was just starting when I started getting into wrestling. So I love them a lot. Sexy Star, before she did the whole breaking somebody's arm thing, she was one of my favorites. But yeah, it was kind of interesting though because like the only wrestlers I knew were the wrestlers from Lucha Underground, and then my friends started taking me to indie shows. So then I got more exposure to like Orange Cassidy, um, and some of the local people here like Drexel, some of the, my trainers, Midnight Heat. I saw them on indie shows first before I even got involved in pro wrestling myself. So yeah, I think there's a lot of crossover, but I was mostly like aware of the independent scene because of Lucha Underground when I first started.
Awesome, that's cool. Lucha Underground was definitely a diamond in the rough. It actually introduced me to a lot of hey, you got to guess, to a lot of talent on the West Coast. It reintroduced me to Brian Cage, who
Mm-hmm.
I've always said, should have been, and that's one of the hills I'm willing to die on. He should have been in WWE right now, going up against
Oh
Brock
yeah.
Lesnar and
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Lashley and the rest of them. And I mean, I'm glad he's on at least Ring of Honor / AEW. So hopefully
Mm-hmm.
we'll see him hold the big title over there real soon. But I gotta say, it's something about the West Coast. Y'all are a unique area. Y'all, Oregon, Las Vegas, Nevada, y'all are just unique because y'all have larger than life characters, like personalities out there. And I was like, I don't know if you're on Twitter, but there's a guy called Gabe Sapolsky.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. He doesn't like it when people say he's brilliant, he's a genius, but I say he's brilliant or a genius. But because I got to give credit where it's due, and he was like saying that he had a spaces where he was saying that the West Coast doesn't get love, and I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking it's kind of right. They have a lot of great personalities out there, but a lot of people don't bother to look into it. So we were like, okay, well, I was like, Rob, and I talked to our other host, Kathy. I'm like, are y'all ready to go and check out the West Coast? Because I think we're gonna get some great stories out there, and now here we are. So, Lucha Underground, definitely did us a solid with introducing us to y'all, and I've actually been able to go to a show in California, and I was very entertained. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope to do it again real soon.
That's awesome. What show did you go to?
It was in Cali. It was 7 years ago, 2015, the summer of 2015. It was AWS
Okay.
in Southgate, California. The Stoner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were on that show. Nicole Savoy, Renee
Oh
Michelle was
yeah.
on that show. Hudson Envy. Yeah. Oh, Shotzi Blackheart was on that show too.
There you go. Yeah.
I saw Shotzi before she got signed. I'm still like, I still can't believe it. But yeah.
That's
Um,
awesome. Yeah.
so now tell us, how did you go from, Amira the wrestling fan to now Amira, the professional wrestler?
Yeah. So I don't know, it's kind of wild. Because I've been in like dancing and singing and musical theater most of my life. And then for my normal job, I am in the fitness industry. I've been teaching fitness for a long time. I'm a personal trainer. So I've always been kind of active, um, but always like seeking some new athletic thing to do just because I have all this energy and all this to get out, all this energy to get out. At first, it was rock climbing that I was getting super into, but obviously, they didn't end well with my ankle breaking. Because yeah, I broke my ankle rock climbing, and after that kind of got healed, that's when my friends started taking me to live indie shows. The first indie show I ever went to was the first Prestige Roseland show in Portland. And I don't know, the more and more indie shows I went to, the more I was like, I feel like I could give this a shot. I'm athletic. I could try it out. It just seemed something that could challenge me. And COVID kind of put a hold on everybody's plans for things. But once it was kind of settling down, that's when they opened the Oregon Pro Wrestling School in Oregon, and I decided to join, and I was one of the first students there. So, yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Although COVID did halt everybody's plans, like you still didn't like forget your goal. You didn't let go of your dream. You still kept on keeping on, and now it's working out for you. And you even got to appear on AEW Dark Elevation. Congratulations
Hmm.
in regards to that.
Thank you.
So tell us now, what was going through your mind when you were on that, and you actually, I think you were on there twice, right?
No, I was just on there the one time.
Yeah, with Danica
Yeah.
Diehard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was going through your mind, like, like you're in the ring now, and you're in front of, now this time it's not just like, I'm not gonna say that you wrestle in front of a smaller crowd before AEW, but you're pretty much being watched by everybody internationally.
Yeah.
And what was going through your mind? Were you like, oh gosh, I'm nervous, I don't know what to do, I mean, I hope, me and Danica, or were you like, you know what, I got this, man, I got training by, Midnight Heat, at the Oregon Pro Wrestling School, and I got Danica Diehard, man. We about to show them what it is and what's up. Or was it a mixture of both?
I feel like I feel like there was a little bit of a mixture of both. I was really nervous the whole day leading up to it, and then once we were walking out, even though it was like big, like Coliseum Stadium with a lot of people, you only really see like the first few rows around you. So it almost feels like a smaller show because you can't really see that far out, because of the lights and everything. And it was really cool because a lot of the people in Seattle had already seen Danica and I wrestle on other shows before. So when we came walking out, they were cheering for us. And that was a really like kind of surreal thing to know we're on this bigger show, but there's still people there who know us. And then a couple of my friends who actually took me to my first indie show were there in the audience that night and got to see me do that. So that was cool. And that kind of like also calmed my nerves down a little bit to know that I had so much support surrounding me just in those first few rows. So yeah, a mixture of both excitement and a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, it's something like whenever AEW Dark or AEW in general just goes to like the West Coast, y'all always show out. It's like I saw the Midnight Heat do one of the baddest moves I've seen in wrestling so far. The backstab, and that was, I've never seen that, and I'm like, what? Like, that's just crazy. We've actually had Ricky Gibson on our show before. Hopefully, we can have both of them back on, because we're just very happy for them, because they've worked so hard, to get to where they are, and we like to see that here. We like to see people that work hard and get rewarded and so on. So y'all definitely, there's just something about y'all, man. Like, y'all just bring the excitement whenever AEW is in town. I'm not saying the East Coast is that bad. They do their thing, but it's just something about y'all. Like, y'all just ready to, like, I saw a guy named Shaft, and
Hmm.
Shaft giving, I don't know if you may have heard of him, but he was giving Brian Cage a run for his money. I'm like, is this really happening?
Hmm.
Like, this guy
Yeah,
I've never
no, it was
seen
cool.
before is not taking no lefts from Brian Cage. This is amazing.
Yeah, no, the West Coast fans are really passionate about the people they like. And they see all of us on shows and they are diehard supporters. Like they go all out. And a lot of us in the area, we all kind of knew each other, so we are all rooting for each other when we all got the chance to go and wrestle for AEW. Um, and yeah, it's just like the West Coast fans are super loud. They love their locals. They love like all the AEW and stuff too, but they also love their locals so much. So it just that supportive community, I think, is what really sets us apart.
Yeah. So what did your friends think when they actually saw you in that AEW ring? Like, the fact that they took you to your first indie show, and now they're going to see you, at your first AEW match. I bet there were like tears of joy. I bet there was like they were like, they had like astonished looks on their faces. They were like, "Yo, like, Amira, you did it, man! Like, yo, you on your way."
Yeah, no, I definitely once I kind of knew that it was going to happen, because they actually asked me if I wanted to go up to the Seattle show, and I was like, "Oh, I'll be there." But they had no clue that that's what I meant by I'm going to be there. So yeah, when I after the whole thing, they both texted me and were telling me just how proud they were of me and how crazy to think that they introduced me to wrestling and now here I am like really going for it. So yeah, they were so excited and they were standing up and cheering the whole time. So it was really cool.
That's awesome. Definitely cool. And I gotta say, when I saw you, I saw clips of that Danica Diehard, that match you had against Danica Diehard, and that German suplex. I was like, wow, like she has no chill. Um, but y'all definitely went out there, y'all did y'all's thing, and I could definitely see, I could definitely see y'all either becoming a tag team or y'all becoming like a great rivalry on the same, in the same vein as Trish Stratus and Lita, and
Hmm.
Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch and all that. I could definitely see y'all getting up there, um, as well. And it's funny because I tend to see like I could definitely name like several feuds that you know only indie wrestling fans like would probably know of.
Hmm.
But yeah, I could definitely see y'all doing a lot of great things, whether as tag team partners or opponents. And yeah, that's just killed the good work. I could definitely see a lot of great things for you. So, you actually also now that you've done your thing with AEW, and who and you got to wrestle in front of in front of a live audience, in front of the pretty much the whole world. Um, who are your five opponents that you hope to wrestle in the near future? I mean, now now you went on AEW Dark Elevation, so like the sky's the limit to you. Like you could be like, you could say, I want to wrestle Jade Cargill. And I believe you, she's gonna do it because I mean she already went on Dark. I got a feeling it's gonna happen real soon, maybe next week. But yeah, who are your top five you want to wrestle?
That's a tough question. Definitely Jordan Grace, definitely one of them. Um, Jamie Hayter is really cool. Athena. Um, this is a tough question. I think maybe Killer Kelly, and then yeah, I don't know any of the Canadian talent that we know, um, like Nicole Matthews, Cat Power. A lot of those women I would love to get a chance to work with. Um, yeah, a lot of us here are pretty close with the Canadian wrestling scene, so it's kind of prominent in our minds.
Yeah, I figured so because I saw like the Voros twins there, and I was like, wait, aren't they up in Canada?
Yeah.
I figured that y'all may have been close, and which in that's pretty cool. I definitely, like I said, I just love watching AEW Dark because it introduces us to like so many people, and to me, I always said it's a morale booster because back in the day, like look at me talking like an old man, but like 10 years ago, WWE was the end all be all. There wasn't, people weren't really getting that exposure they were getting now, and now you have Dark. Now you can see like people get to see their hometown heroes, you know, on AEW TV, and
Hmm.
and sometimes they even get signed. I mean, look at Action Andretti. He just got signed,
Yeah.
after a couple of impressive matches, and they were like, "Oh, you're with us." And you got Willow Nightingale. She just got signed too. So
Hmm.
it's a great morale booster, and it's definitely innovative, and I definitely enjoy it and enjoy watching it. So I've got two more questions because I know Rob is dying to ask you about. And by the way, just a heads up, if you're a Marvel or DC nerd, prepare, or Star Wars nerd, be prepared for like 1,000 questions. But I'm just
Now I'm
kidding.
just gonna ask about the Simpsons.
But so for my second to last question, you're a um you're into the gym, you're a fitness buff, as you say in your bio, right? And we all know that a lot of us, you and I both know, and Rob knows that a lot of us, when we go to gym, we got to hear some music. We got to get that, rhythm and, to get through the cardio and the reps and whatnot. what are some songs that get Amira through her workouts that put her in that zone?
Oh man, it really depends on the day. One day I'll be listening to like Metallica or Megadeth, and then another day I'll be listening to like Carly Rae Jepsen. So it
Hey,
really depends on the day.
hey, nothing wrong with Carly Rae. You would be surprised. Okay, I'm probably gonna lose my street cred here. Not that I have any in the, not that I really had any in the first place, but she had a song called "I Really Like You." I don't know if you ever saw the music videos with Tom Hanks,
Uh-huh.
and he's like lip syncing to her lyrics.
Yeah.
That was at one when that song first came out for the rest of that year, 2015. That was my workout song. You see a big hulking 5'9", 240 plus pound guy working out to Carly Rae Jepsen.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love
So
that.
hey, whatever, whatever gets you moving, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a weird taste in music. I still think Owl City is like one of the coolest things to happen to music as well too. So
It's good
yeah,
to have a diverse taste in music. It makes it more fun.
yeah. That's pretty much how I go. When I first started, I was ashamed of it at first, but now I'm like, I don't care what you think about me, man. I'm just happy.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously, your goal is to win a lot of belts and so on, um, and whatnot. But if, of course, now a lot of promotions they have tag team titles. You have places like, Mission Pro Wrestling. You have CCW. You have, Shine and Shimmer. Even well, of course, WB they have tag team titles, and so does Impact Wrestling. I forgot to mention those two, surprisingly. If you had to go after those belts, right?
Mhm.
If not, um, I don't know if like I said, I'm not trying to start none, but if not, besides Danica, Diehard, right? Who else would you want to have as your tag team partner?
That's a good question. Um,
And the reason why is because I don't want to start none. Like, what do you mean? Danica's like, what do you mean? And like, I don't. We're not here to start nothing, but yeah.
well, to be fair, she did call me a bitch in the last promo she did, so I don't know tag.
Okay. Oh, now I don't feel so bad.
That's tough because like I train with so many guys, so like if there was intergender like tag titles, I would definitely
Okay,
go for that.
okay.
Um, because like
One
either
guy.
one of the Flamin' Aces, they're my homies. They trained with me for a long time, so
Wow. So would it be safe to say that if you were to go after some trios titles, they would be your pick to hold the other two?
it'd be them or the Hammer Brothers, who are also another local team for us. Yeah,
You said the Harrow brothers?
the Hammer Brothers. Yeah,
Hammer. Okay.
they're a
Yeah, it's funny.
construction tag team.
The Flaming Aces actually said the same thing. They were like, I was like, yeah, trios titles. Who'd you guys pick? Like Amira. I'm like, oh wow, okay. Well, we'll definitely have to have her on the show. All right. Well, with that being said, I'll definitely if I'll tell you what, if I see y'all come out and win those trios titles, I'm like, all right, goal achieved, man. That's Amira and Flaming Aces, man. Y'all definitely, went out there and made it happen. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn over to Rob. I know Rob has a couple of questions. So Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet, thanks. So what's going on? How are you doing today? How was your day?
I'm doing
Do
good.
anything
My day was
crazy?
good.
Yeah,
Nothing
nothing
super
crazy
crazy.
happened. Just a nice chill day.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. So I gotta ask, have you traveled to Canada or anything yet? Being over there, in the Northwest and stuff. Do you travel to Canada yet, or have you just been in the area?
I will be making my Canada debut on February 18th. So
Ooh.
very soon.
Oh, nice. So is that your next show that you have scheduled, or do you have anything in between? And are you just, booked up for like next couple months or whatever?
I do have quite a few in between. I'm wrestling for Relentless Pro Wrestling this Saturday. That's in Spokane, Washington. I'm wrestling Brooke Havoc.
Ooh, okay.
And then I have February 4th and 5th, I'm wrestling for DOA Pro Wrestling. I got a lot of matches there. The weekend after, I think I'm in Richmond for Full Queer, which is a newer promotion in the area. And then after that, I wrestle for Prestige, and then I go right to Canada the next day.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, when you said Richmond and all, I was like, oh, you're coming out to the East Coast? I was like, 'cause I was thinking Richmond, Virginia.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
so
it's in
you got a Richmond
California.
over there that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm making sure. See, I'm not good with the geography stuff. You know, what I mean, that wasn't my best subject in school. You know, I always tell people like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the Grand Canyon and stuff because I want to see the presidents carved in the mountain. You know, 'cause that'd be the awesome thing to see. You know.
Uh-huh.
So, is that the farthest you traveled? Just in the area in Washington so far?
Yeah. So I've done California, Oregon, Washington at this point. Yeah.
Okay. Now I've seen you. I was doing a little research, and I seen you down there in California and all, but you're at Universal and all. So yeah, how fun is the Universal over there? Because I've just been to the one in Florida.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I think I don't think I've been to the one in Florida, but the one in California, I definitely love the Simpsons, like their little Springfield that they got going on in
Hmm.
the Simpsons ride is a lot of fun. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to do it. We didn't do because they have all the extra stuff for like Harry Potter and Jurassic
Yeah.
Park now, but we didn't get to do all the extra stuff.
Now, did you get to get a flaming mow while you were there at the Simpsons place?
Not the last time, but a few years ago, I went with my mom and we did. So
Oh, you did? Okay, that's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I like going there. That was one of my favorite places too. Yeah, I like that because I grew up on The Simpsons. I was like, okay, yeah. And I went there, got the
Yeah.
flaming mow. I got to pick up the red phone and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, where
Oh,
Bart
that's
called
fun.
and it's like, most haver. Is there an icy wiener there or something? Something. It's like, yeah, it's pretty fun. It was pretty cool. So you didn't do the Harold Potter stuff. You didn't get to do that. You just got to just hang out and
I think we did just the one. We did one of the Harry Potter rides. I remember that. I don't. Yeah, we had kind of a limited time frame to be there, so we kind of did as much as we could, as quick as we could.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because but before I took that trip over there, I've never seen a Harry Potter movie or whatever. I was going there with my sister, and she was like, yeah, can we do that or whatever? I was like, that's fine. You like Harry Potter. I know nothing about him. But then before we
Yeah.
went, I watched like a movie or two. I was like, oh man, this is pretty cool. So I knew what the Station 9 3/4 was, and what
Uh-huh.
a Muggle is and all that. So I knew basic stuff. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Plus,
awesome.
when I was there, they had little kids and grown adults, over there with wands. They're over there, like doing this stuff, and then like water would spray out,
Yeah.
and then like like every half hour or something, there's a giant dragon spitting flames.
Yeah, no,
That
it's
was
pretty
always
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah, that was always pretty cool. Now, have you always been a Simpsons fan? Do you watch the cartoons?
Oh yeah. No, I've been a Simpsons fan for a long time. I've seen a lot of the seasons. I kind of fell off with some of the newer ones, but I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of the episodes.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've yeah, the first like few seasons, oh man, I want to say good 10, 15, 20 maybe. I've probably watched a lot of them all, it's like yeah, you can just throw it on like, "Oh, I remember that one. I remember that
Uh-huh.
one. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one where Homer was in the island looking at the frogs and stuff. That's a good one. Yeah, I remember that one. Or they had one where he's on the medicinal marijuana. That one was hilarious. I remember that one. That was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah, that one was pretty
cool.
funny.
Yeah, they got a bunch of classics, Simpsons is great. I feel like that with South Park too. South Park, I've probably like
Oh
seen
yeah.
all of them and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
just
pretty much all of South Park as well.
have you gotten to see the movies, the pandemic specials and stuff on like I think it was on Paramount Plus and all that.
Yeah, I did see the pandemic specials, and I think the South Park movie is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yeah, look,
I
yeah.
love
To
it.
this day, like my friends and I, I remember us seeing it at the theaters or whatever when we were younger. And to this day, we're in our 40s and stuff. Late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s. And we'll just like shut your effing face, uncle. What I mean? And just sing that to
Yeah.
each other. We're just like, yeah, it's just just laugh and just laugh. Like, well, Kyle's mom, starts singing. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's just hilarious. That show is so quotable. Now you're also like you're saying, you do workout stuff, so I always got to ask, do you have any workout tips for me? Because I used to have a flat stomach and all, but ever since I turned 40 and stuff, man, I don't know what happened.
Mhm.
I'm starting to get a little bulbous around that area. I've been trying. I need to get it back down, flat again for the summer. Because and then try to work on my one ass. So, do you have any tips on that? To help me with that?
Well, they always say that abs are made in the kitchen,
Hmm.
so eating right is a big one. Upping protein intake, making sure all your protein, carbs, and fats are balanced is a good kind of starting point. And then from there, just increasing strength exercises. Like a lot of times people do a lot of cardio to try and lose weight, but sometimes that actually doesn't help as much as you think it is. So
Hmm.
yeah, developing muscle and building muscle mass actually helps a lot with losing weight, at least in my experience. Every body is different, but
Yeah.
definitely starting with a good diet will help you kind of get that good baseline and then you can go from there.
That's cool. So, cooking with Crisco and butter and stuff, I should be, frying everything. I should cut some of that out. Frying my
Maybe just
Oreos
a
up.
little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that. So, when you're working out, what's your favorite workouts to do? Are do you what's the one, the squats, or no, what's that, cleans or whatever? Do you do that? The little pull ones or whatever?
Mhm.
I don't know what they're called. I forget. But if you tell me, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I am definitely more focused on building muscle mass. So I try to go for some pretty heavy lifts, but I do the basic strict press, so like the shoulder press,
Okay.
um, bench, squat. I do those heavy lifts and then I kind of do some little extra things to complement it as well. But I'm always trying to um, increase my max with my bench and my strict press and my squat all the time. It helps
Okay.
when you
Now,
have to
have you?
carry people on your back too. So,
Yeah, that does help. That does help. Now, have you ever entered any weightlifting competitions, or have you ever figured let me try this out? Because I've seen the weight some of the that you lift, and just looking at it, I was like, oh, my back is hurting. I know if I go try that, and I'd pick it up, my insides would come out, and you would think I'm casing sausage. It'd be like, yeah, just don't mess with raw.
no, I've actually never entered any weightlifting competition or anything like that. I mostly just I do it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe sometime in the future, but for right now, I'm pretty content.
All right, that's pretty cool. Hey, nothing wrong with that. So I do gotta ask, living over there in the Pacific Northwest, I always watch these stories and stuff on like History Channel, Travel Channel and stuff about Bigfoot. You know what I mean? And he's always been seen out over that way. Have you ever come across or an experience over there with the Bigfoot or Sasquatch or whatever? Or know anybody that has? Because I always hear these
Um,
stories.
yeah, you know, the most that I've come across are just really fat raccoons late at night.
Okay.
Um, there is a pro wrestler um, from Canada, Eli Sturge. He would know a thing or two about Bigfoot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So
but
yeah, we
yeah,
might have
look
to
him up, Eli
get on.
Sturge. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to get him on here so we can talk about some Sasquatch stuff on here. Yes,
He would be your expert.
yeah, because I believe that people out there, I believe that they've seen it or whatever, but like I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of woods out there. They probably just
Yeah.
seen a big fat raccoon, diving around like, yeah. Now, speaking of wildlife and stuff, you're a squirrel whisperer and stuff. Now, are you like me and my father and stuff? Because we got into this thing like where we feed the squirrels every morning and put a little rope thing around the woods and stuff where it's at so they can come down and run around and stuff. Do you do anything like that, or just do they get out of the palm of your hand or?
So when I was in college, I kind of discovered that I could like make like the clicking noise at them, like the, and I would just
Oh,
get like a bunch of squirrels surrounding me when I went to a lot of our parks have like a bunch of squirrels just hanging out. So
mhm.
yeah, I would make the clicking noise and they would all come up to me and just kind of hang out. Some of them would come right up to me and I'd be able to feed them. So yeah, that's a kind of
That's
weird
awesome.
hidden talent I have.
Yeah, that's not weird. I think that's cool or whatever. I know if I ever seen that somebody like doing that noise or whatever, a bunch of squirrels coming up, that is awesome. I'm like, yeah, can I get a picture or something? Like, please don't send them to attack me.
Eh,
That's cool. Like what's his name? Doctor Doolittle, Eddie Murphy, Doctor
yeah.
Doolittle, whatever. Talk to the animals and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now I gotta ask, I also ask, are there any new movies and TV shows you're watching right now and all? Because sometimes I get, stuck watching the same thing over and over again, like comfort shows. Is there anything new that you've seen or that you
Uh-huh.
checked out? It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna be honest. It's so hard for me to like watch new TV shows or watch new movies just because I'm so busy. I have a
Hmm.
full-time job and then I'm wrestling every weekend and I'm at wrestling training 4 days a week. So I'm pretty booked up. But I did get a chance to watch a little bit of the new Wednesday series. Whenever my roommate has it on, I just take a peek over when she's watching
Okay.
it. Um, and then yeah, if I'm being honest, I'm kind of boring. I just watch old wrestling most of the time whenever I have free time. I'm watching old WCW in my free time.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I like watching old wrestling too and stuff. I'm a boring person too. There's nothing wrong with that. Boring gets the bills paid. Stays out of trouble. Just chill.
Yeah.
That's right. So now, before I pass it on back to Remy, I do want to say, thank you very much for, taking time out of your busy schedule, coming on chat with us. I had a blast chatting with you about Simpsons and all that. I wish you, your family, and all nothing but the best. I hope you get to travel around the country, winning gold and just tearing things up everywhere you go, and I wish you everything the best for the future.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Amira, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be a guest on our show. We really and truly do appreciate it. And also thank you for recommending Eli Surge. We're definitely gonna hit him up and see more about this Bigfoot sighting and whatnot. Rob likes that.
That's
I
right.
don't
That's
I
awesome.
don't know
Yeah.
what I don't know why. Me, if I see anything strange, I'm running the other way. But that's just the New Yorker in me. Yeah, we'll definitely contact him and see. And Prince Piranha, I don't know who you are, but you wrestled Mil Muertes. We're gonna definitely talk to you soon, man. Or hit us up or
Oh,
something.
yeah, definitely talk to him. No, he's great.
Yeah. But I'm serious, Prince. Let us know. DM us and we'll talk. But Amira, once again, thank not to digress, thank you very much. We're humbly grateful that you actually, gave us the opportunity to sit down and, you know, shoot the breeze about wrestling and so on. We're very grateful. And we wish you nothing but the best in your wrestling career. And best believe, when we see you get that win on AEW or WWE or even Impact, I'll be screaming at the top of my lungs and I'll definitely be calling Rob like, Rob, look, get that on the show, bro. Like,
That's right.
dude, check it out. So
Raise the roof.
we wish you all the best, and I hope you get to travel all over the world. I can tell you right now, if you get a chance to go to Japan, take it with a smile and go. It is definitely a vibe, and
Mhm.
it's also an unforgettable experience as well too. Before we shut this show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to find out where next appearances, or when they want to purchase Amira merchandise? And where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
Absolutely. So I'm pretty active on my social media. So if you want to know my next dates, it's gonna be your best bet. On Instagram, you can find me at Amira is squirrel, squirrel like the animal. And then on Twitter, you can find me at Amira is wrestler. I have a pro wrestling tee store if you want to buy some Amira merch. I'm working on another online store to have stickers and stuff. But for now, if you go to prowrestlingtees.com/Amira, you should be able to get there pretty easily. And then if anybody wants to contact me about a booking, my email is amirawrestler@gmail.com.
Awesome. So y'all heard, definitely follow her on social media. She's doing big things. And also make sure you cop her merch. If you can't make the shows she's on, that's another way you can support her, support indie wrestling, is purchasing the merch that she has available at her stores as well too. And that way when she gets signed and somebody's like, hey, I got the new Amira shirt from AEW or WWE or WWE shop or whatever, you could be like, yeah, well, I got her shirt from when she was on the Indies. There you go. You know, it's always a great feeling when you support somebody, you see them make it. So definitely go ahead and support her. And um, you know, with that being said, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in live tonight. We really and truly appreciate it. Um, it's about at that time for us to shut this show down. Um, and with that being said, first off, before I go any further, to all of our Asian viewers and listeners out there, happy New Year. We understand that yesterday was the beginning of the Lunar Year, Year of the Rabbit. So we wish y'all nothing but happiness and prosperity. And this is coming from on behalf of myself, Rob Bass, Kathy Knight, and also Chris Cartwright, our Facebook admin. We wish y'all a very happy New Year filled with happiness and prosperity as well. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are getting heavy. My stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for dinner and a nap. Maybe not in that order, but before I partake in those activities, Rob Bass, the Tommy Oliver to my Jason Lee Scott, the Red Man to my Method Man, and the Charlie Haas to my Shelton Benjamin. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, find out where your next appearance is, purchase Rob Bass merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
All right, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram at Rob_Base82, and then Facebook Rob Base. February 4th, CCW be in New Jersey. I'm not sure if I'll be at that show. I might be at that show. And then March 11th, 1CW, CCW will be back in Houston, Delaware, tearing the roof off the place. The only matchup I know now is Ty Oswald versus Ranchan Carlson for the 1CW Pro Wrestling Championship. So, till then, just stick around, check things out, follow 1CW, me or whatever. We'll let you know all the matches coming up then.
Awesome. So y'all definitely make sure y'all check out those shows. February 4th, CCW is definitely going to be in Westville, New Jersey, and it's going to be a party and a movie over there. So you got the Renegade Twins, Vita Von Star, all those great stars there. Amira, I'm hoping that to see you over there real soon too. I know you're all the way in the West Coast, but I'm crossing my fingers that you actually make it over there as well too. I don't know if you ever
I hope
seen
so, yeah.
a really great promotion, and I'm actually jealous because Mr. Rob over there actually he referees the sister show there. That they work with, so
That's
he's one
cool.
lucky man in the world. But if
Yeah.
y'all want to follow me on social media, y'all could follow me on Twitter at the Remy Blue and also on Instagram as the same thing at the Remy Blue as well. I'm also on Facebook as a under that alias as well too. Just type in Remy Blue and you'll see me. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Spotify, and we're also on Facebook as a Facebook group. And we also have a Teespring store where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, we have hoodies, we have long sleeve shirts. We even have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage. So definitely check us out. We got a lot more cool designs coming. As a matter of fact, probably tonight or tomorrow, we're going to be dropping a Mardi Gras inspired design as well too. Kathy, I know you right now. You're actually like, wow, I can't wait to get it. Yes, it's going to be dropped by either tonight or tomorrow. So look out for that one. And last but not least, we also have a YouTube channel where we have cool interviews like this one, like the one we have with Flaming Aces, Charlie Avell, many great people from Oregon and all over the world. So definitely check us out. All you got to do is just type in Ringside Society. And once you see that really beautiful dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all of our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. And you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. We really and truly appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan should and could listen to. To those of y'all that are gonna listen later on when you get a chance, thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us and really can't stand us and really wish that we would actually go away, well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Rob Bass at the Taco Festival, we ain't going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. With that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we're very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag we are not the same. Hey, yo, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for the Oregon Pro Wrestling School and the Oregon wrestling scene, and one time for Squirrel Whisperer, fitness buff who's always posing, and pro wrestler who's gonna shine a lot this year. Man, Jordan year is gonna be crazy. Amira,
Woo!
what type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and we will be back with another impressive wrestler. Matter of fact, I'm feeling so happy right now. Tomorrow we're going to be having former alumni Jay Briscoe student. That's right, R.I.P. Jay Briscoe, Tiberius Asante. He's going to be in the house tomorrow. But until then, we just want y'all to do 4 favors for us. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.